the desperation speaking. It does sound really bad. Sorry, I was channeling James Charles in his taking accountability video there for a second.
Oh, yeah. How are you doing? I'm okay.
The manipulation in that video is like ridiculous. First of all, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting here once again with my fiance. Not going to get into the nicknames because there are some very pressing matters that we have to get to involving none other than James Charles, Nikita Dragun, and Trisha Paytas. I feel like their names are the most talked about now when it comes to drama on YouTube, but two of them are always like involved in people talking about like crimes. what is going on? YouTube drama has changed from fun and like, oh, someone shaded someone to literal crimes.
There was no crimes committed. I'm just making this apology video to hopefully wash that away.
No, there were crimes committed.
I know.
There were crimes committed. There was photos that were exchanged, like he admitted to. It still baffles me that he is able to admit to these crimes, then just make an accountability video. In what world?
He admitted to those crimes twice.
Yeah, literally admitted over on Twitter and then took it to a whole video over here on YouTube, which in my opinion was as phony as he is.
Somebody at the FBI. Can you put the FBI in the tags of this video, please?
They have been tagging the FBI over on Twitter trying to get an investigation started into this because he ultimately did send photos, allegedly, to someone who was underage across state lines. So people are like, the FBI should get involved in this.
Yeah, that's the FBI jurisdiction.
So not only was his video sad, full of lies, which we went over yesterday in the video, very manipulative. He was talking in a monotone. The volume was turned down, so you really had to listen. And I didn't really even notice that the volume was that low until people started bringing it up. Like I started getting tons of comments, and they're like, "Hey, what was going on with it?"
Because you put everything at full blast. I was sitting here watching. There was this body language expert that did a video about all this, and he was like, pretty much his opinion, reading James's body language and the way his mannerisms were while he was doing this video was deception.
Well, I do want to make a correction on something that I said in my video yesterday about James, where I was making fun of the fact that he had an editing slip where he was like, he said something and then went period and then said it again.
It was just out of place.
Yeah. Well, I think that he went back to correct himself and then added the punctuation so you would know that that is where he is ending that.
No, because that was the sentence went on after that. I think he was saying
it's just a comma.
He said, yeah. Well, he came across as him saying he said it's coming across like me going after people that are way younger than me, period. Like trying to pretty much make it a point that it comes across him being that way because, you know, everybody says period.
Yeah. But also there was another sad attempt that was made, not his video, but before his video. And that has to do with Nikita Dragun trying, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's, trying to draw attention away from James and get herself talked about because she conveniently waited 4 days to say something about Trisha Paytas.
On Trans Visibility
Literally, it was a stupid thing. I don't even know what Trisha was responding to. It was something from Deaf Noodles, and she was like on Snapchat.
He was talking about Nikita getting renewed for her show on Snapchat, and Trisha literally said on Snapchat.
And then Nikita was like, well, it gets this many views and all of this, but then went back.
Girl, she said 30 million views and she had a billboard. And Trisha showed, she was pretty much like, anybody can get a billboard if you have money. Trisha's had billboards before, right?
You can buy the billboard.
Yeah, you can buy a billboard. And she was like 30 million viewers. I was like, okay, well, where were those 30 million viewers responding and defending you?
First of
Nikita?
all, I'll tell you what, I definitely wouldn't be like bragging about having a Snapchat right now with everything that's been going on with Snapchat. That is for sure. But I mean, it is exciting that Nikita does have this show that has been picked up. I don't know what exactly it entails to pick up a show over on Snapchat. I think that the Snapchat shows honestly are just a way for them to try to save their platform, because who is like, I have a Snapchat other than James Charles?
Okay. So basically I'm not trying to take credit, but I'm taking credit a little bit. Basically, Trisha did that with Deaf Noodle. She responded, and it was 4 days later, which was yesterday or the day before? Now,
day before.
And it was Transnational Visibility Day. And Nikita tried to weaponize that as like a way to go after Trisha, which
saying
is
that Trisha
really
was tearing her down,
because Nikita never addresses drama ever. So we know that Nikita has some launches coming up and her show and all that, right?
Yes.
Well, when Nikita tweeted that out about Trisha, I quote tweeted and I was like, look, like, I love you so much. And I said that in jest, and a lot of people take it as like me saying, oh my God, I love Nikita. I tweeted back to her, I was like, let's not act like you're any less problematic.
Yeah.
Because she changes her skin tone.
Yeah, she's always getting called out
every
for
week,
blackfishing.
right, girl? And I didn't think anything about it. Nikita does follow me, but she never really interacts with me like that. And she tweeted back to me and quote tweeted me. And normally you would think that you would get some smoke, girl. I got one person.
Yeah, because she was
trying to flame me.
She was trying to weaponize that. It backfired, and she started going like low of the low. I'm not even going to say the things that she was saying about Trisha. They both were taking blows at each other. But literally, if I read out every single tweet that Nikita was putting out, I would literally have to bleep. So many things.
Bad.
It was so many P words, so many R words, all of this kind of stuff. Just go over onto her Twitter. I'm sure that they're still up. I don't know if she's deleting.
No, girl,
tweets.
she was deleting stuff.
Oh, she deleted her tweets?
Yeah, because I don't know if she deleted all of them. I haven't looked. But do you remember Trisha cosplayed what's that guy's name? Zac Efron.
Yeah.
For a High School Musical video type of thing. But also, Trisha does identify as non-binary, right?
Yes.
Which is not far-fetched for me, because Trisha has been like all over the spectrum when it comes to like how she dresses, the way she likes to express herself and things like that. So she really started getting dragged when she did that.
Yeah.
Because Nikita tried to weaponize the whole trans thing, and then people were like, well, if you're going to weaponize this, why are you coming for her and her being non-binary? So it really like flew back in her face.
It's not some rest. I do think that Nikita was trying to get attention off of James, but then James was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down in my studio alone at 12:30. Like, that's supposed to be some humbling thing. Like, I'm finally alone in my studio. Wow.
No.
Wow. You're alone.
There was a lot wrong.
You're
with that
alone
video.
in your own home. Wow.
You know what's really telling? I think if everybody would go back and watch No More Lies, because James talked that video up so much in his video where he addressed all this stuff and holding himself accountable. That video, and I still stick to it this day, showed nothing. It showed zero proof of what.
Showed zero proof, hid things in plain sight, and now here we are. Hey, you know what? If people let him off this time and this gets swept under the rug, which I don't really see that happening.
I think it will.
But if it gets swept under the rug, when we're back here in a few months, hell, even a few weeks, because we gave it 3 months last time, when we're back here talking about it again, then what?
Okay,
then
here's my thing, and I don't think a lot of people caught it. James not only lied about him saying he was into older people around his age, because there's clearly documentation of him on a podcast saying that, right? But he also, in No More Lies, said that he was not going to do this anymore, right? He admitted in this accountability video that he didn't keep his promise. So he admitted to a lie. That's the second admission.
How are you going to make a video called No More Lies and then go out about your business lying? How are you going to do that? A fool.
Oh, in the body language video that I was watching and you were overhearing, you know how James said that he was alone? A lot of people think that
footsteps.
He was not alone, because you could hear like in different parts of it, people like, I don't know if it was his chair. It could have possibly been his chair. But he may not have been alone. Yeah, that video was so bad.
I don't know. Let us know your thoughts and opinions down below.
Yeah,
I'm curious, because I saw that, I think it was Angelica that tweeted out, like, if you believed anything in that video, your brain is not developed past 12 years old.
Give us your sister.
It was bad.
Give us your sister statements down below.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.